Welcome to an overview of ClearCheck. ClearCheck is a plugin script that runs directly inside the Eclipse treatment planning system. ClearCheck has three main components. The first component is the main analysis window. This is where all constraint results are displayed to the user. The solid blue bar along the top indicates that you are in this mode. The second component is the Patient Template Manager. This is where the dose constraints, structure checks, and plan checks are assigned for a given patient. The solid green bar indicates that you are in the Patient Template Manager. The third component is the Administration Application. This is a standalone application where you set up users and department-wide dose constraint, structure check, and plan check templates. The solid orange bar indicates that you are in the Administration Application. Let's look at each component of ClearCheck in greater detail, beginning with Administration. The Administration application can be launched by clicking the network icon in the main ClearCheck analysis window area. You will then be prompted for your username and password. Only users with an admin login will be able to access the Administration application. Admin users are configured by your department, so your department-assigned admin user will be able to configure accounts. I will explain more about configuring ClearCheck user roles in a moment. Begin by logging in to the Administration application. In the upper left corner, you'll see the Close, Save, Undo, and Redo icons. The middle section of the header contains the different functionality tabs in the Administration application. To the right, you'll find the sidebar toggle, which toggles the constraint examples off and on, as well as the History icon, which shows the changes made in admin by different users, as well as a corresponding timestamp. To the far right, you'll see the Information icon, which includes various information about the ClearCheck application. In the lower right-hand corner is a link to demonstrate detailed constraint examples. This link brings you to the Radformation website with an explanation of each constraint type. You will need to log into your radformation.com account to access this page. If you need an account, please email support@radformation.com with your site name. The Constraints tab is where a user with proper admin rights can build and save global department dose constraint templates. The list to the left is where you can work with those templates. To edit a template's name, simply double-click and adjust the name accordingly. Once a department template is built, you can use the Active checkbox to allow access from the ClearCheck Eclipse plugin's Patient Template Manager. There, it can be applied to a patient and, if necessary, adjusted for that patient's specific planning needs. Folders may be created to organize your departmental dose constraint templates. The plus sign at the top of the constraint list will create a new folder. To add templates to a folder, highlight the template or templates to add, and choose this icon from the bottom of the list. Highlight the folder to move the templates to and select Copy. This will create a copy of the templates in the chosen folder. Note that selecting the blank folder will show you all available global templates, including those contained in folders. Along the bottom, you will find a row of editing buttons. The plus sign adds a blank constraint template. Use the two-page icon to copy an existing template. The trash can icon will delete the highlighted template. That is followed by buttons allowing you to import or export the highlighted constraint template. The S icon will automatically create a structure check template for the highlighted dose constraint template, which adds a structure check for each structure listed in the currently selected template. You may also change the order of your templates by simply dragging and dropping the templates as preferred. You may highlight multiple templates at once to move items in bulk. If you have any errors as you are creating templates and their specific dose constraints, a red exclamation point will appear. This will show up next to where the error occurs, and red boxes will appear around the information needed. If you hover over the exclamation point, a message will display indicating what needs to be fixed. Next is the Structure Checks tab. The buttons found along the bottom of the Structure Checks template list are identical in function to the buttons in the Dose Constraint Template Manager. Folder organization is also available here, as it was with the dose constraint templates. Structure checks analyze the plan's contours to identify stray pixels, holes in structures, slice gaps, high resolution status, laterality, and contradicting constraints due to overlap. The margin expansion check is an independent calculation from a user-defined source structure to an expanded structure. This check can be used for both symmetric and asymmetric margins. For the structure check template to show up in the template manager, the template has to be active. Use the checkbox to signify which plan check templates may be used clinically. The Plan Checks tab is where you will configure your expected departmental planning parameters. Below the Plan Checks list, these buttons are identical in function to the constraint template buttons, and the same folder organization capabilities are present as well. When new global department template is created, all plan checks are automatically set to active and will show up in the table. If you prefer not to use a specific plan check, simply deactivate it by unchecking the corresponding plan check box. For the plan check template to show up in the template manager, the template has to be active. Use the checkbox to signify which plan check templates may be used clinically. This is the Report tab in the Administration application. Again, the lower buttons are identical in function to the other tabs. Report templates can be assigned through drag and drop, checking each section off and on, editing template's name by clicking on the name twice and making the adjustments as needed. Additionally, to edit a specific section, when you highlight on the section's header, you may view additional details in the right-hand column. You may also activate and deactivate data here. Adding screenshots, PDFs, and image placeholders occur along the bottom of the middle section of the window. Click on any of the buttons to insert into the report template and provide a title to the individual insertion. You may also reorder this to your desired location in the report. Next is the Collision Checks tab, where you can add machines and verify their required dimensions so that ClearCheck can accurately recreate your machine in 3D space. You may add, copy, and delete machines in this list using the buttons in the lower left. The Users tab allows admin users to be added or deleted. Note that all Eclipse users will have access to the ClearCheck plugin in Eclipse. An admin account is only needed for those users who will be configuring the departmental settings for ClearCheck. You may edit the names for an existing user by double-clicking in the appropriate line. If an administrator needs to change the password of an existing user, highlight the user and click on the Change Password button. There are 3 different administrative rights levels for ClearCheck, in order of least to most editing rights. First, granting rights to approve patient templates allows this user to approve or unapprove patient-specific templates in the template manager with their password. This user will not have access to the administration application directly. Next, granting rights to edit global templates allows a user to create and edit department-wide templates, as well as approve patient templates within the Patient Template Manager. This user will not have access to the following tabs within the administration application: Collision Check, Users, Settings, and Licensing. Finally, granting rights to edit user rights gives this user access to everything in the system: adding users, editing system settings, entering license information, editing global templates, and approving patient templates. Settings is where you can set the ClearCheck colors, the default PDF save location, and additional general options. You must also select your department display units, centigrade or gray. Note this unit must match the units you're using in Eclipse. For example, if your Eclipse treatment planning system utilizes gray, then ClearCheck must also be set to gray. Finally, the Licensing tab is where ClearCheck is licensed for use. You will see the number of available floating licenses your clinic has purchased, as well as easily check if there's a newer version of ClearCheck available for download by using the Check for Updates button. Moving now to the patient interface in Eclipse. When you launch ClearCheck on a patient for the first time, you will be taken directly to the Template Manager. Again, that is signified by the green bar in the heading across the top of the page. This is where you will configure the ClearCheck templates for the specific patient being viewed in Eclipse. Overall, the user interface is very similar to the administration application, except for a few key areas. First, again, you will notice that the header is green. Here now, you'll also notice that we are making patient-specific changes, whereas in the administration application, all changes were applied globally. Here, any changes we make will only apply to the specific patient we are currently working in. The first tab is the dose constraint template area. In the upper left, you see the patient templates heading, which will contain the constraint templates that have been assigned to this specific patient. Scrolling down to the template list, you see all of the options that are available to you to add to the patient for the dose constraint evaluation. This area allows you to quickly filter any of the templates in this section, and you're only able to see the templates that are active in the administration application. Highlighting a template name allows you to see a preview of what is contained within that template. Clicking the plus sign next to a specific name adds the selected global department template to the patient. That occurs when the template name is below the patient templates heading. Below the template list, you will also see a list of familiar buttons as we saw in the administration application, and with the same functionality as was demonstrated there. The Lockbox dropdown allows you to approve and lock a template or unapprove and unlock a template. A user must have rights to approve patient templates in the ClearCheck administration application in order to change the approval status of a template. Next is the template manager for structure checks. Structure checks can be created here, or a template can be assigned from the global template selection. For automated structure template generation, go to the Constraints tab and click this icon. It will automatically generate a structure check for every structure currently listed in your dose constraint template. You are then able to change any of the configuration as well as assign laterality if desired, and add in margin expansion if needed. The template manager for plan checks follows. Plan check templates can only be created and edited in the administration application. They cannot be created or edited here, but rather this is where you assign plan check templates to your patient. Note that you can have multiple templates in all tabs of the patient templates area. You may leave multiple dose constraint templates active for a patient. However, only one structure check and one plan check template can be active at a time for a given patient. Lastly, you'll see the template manager for reports. Report templates can only be created and edited in the administration application, but are able to be reviewed here to display which sections are included in the report. Once all templates have been added to a patient, click the disk icon in the upper left-hand corner to save. Then click the X to close out of the template manager and move to the main analysis window. This is the main part of the ClearCheck application and is the default view when ClearCheck is launched after all templates have been assigned for a patient. Here you will see that the patient's plan analysis is displayed, and the blue bar across the top of the page is your indication that you are viewing the plan analysis. In the upper left-hand corner, the X icon will close completely out of ClearCheck and return you to Eclipse. Note that relaunching the script at any time will update all analysis results if plan changes are made. Next is the toggle side panel icon, which will change your interface layout. That is followed by the clipboard icon for reports. This allows you to generate a printed report to PDF. Reports are also useful in that if you generate a report and close ClearCheck, you may still have access to the previous plan's constraint values for reference in that printed PDF. This is useful information for subsequent plan editing in Eclipse. Clicking the two arrows allows the user to compare two plans side by side, including providing a DVH overlay. Clicking this icon opens the template manager. You may return to the template manager at any time in order to adjust the patient's templates or specific dose constraints as needed. Next is the collision check icon, which will take you to the analysis of the collision check. This is where we recreate both the patient and the machine in 3D space and display the resulting plan recreated in 3D space for easy interpretation if any adjustments need to be made to the field geometry in order to avoid collision with the patient on the treatment table. The upper right corner displays the information for the currently loaded patient in Eclipse. The network icon allows you to launch the administration application. The toggle side panel icon will allow you to change the interface. And finally, the info icon displays all the information about ClearCheck. The Constraint Templates dropdown has all of the assigned and active dose constraint templates designated to the patient. If multiple constraint templates are assigned, this allows you to switch quickly between dose constraint templates. That is followed by the structure check information, the assigned plan check template, and report templates that are active for this patient. Toward the lower left displays the plan information from Eclipse. The Plan drop-down menu allows you to switch between Eclipse plans very quickly. Note only plans that are active in the Eclipse Treatment Planning Scope window when the ClearCheck script is launched will be displayed for selection. Below that you will find another report button for ease of printing reports quickly. This behaves the same as the clipboard icon along the top left. The main portion of the window is where you will find the ClearCheck analysis results. Constraint values are displayed first, followed by the DVH, structure check, and plan check values. Column names in the constraint sheet can be clicked on to change the sorting order. This can make viewing constraint values much easier. For example, you could click on the pass-fail column to have all failing constraints at the top of the list if desired. When you have reviewed the ClearCheck analysis, the plan is ready for printing. Click on either report button to proceed to the report interface. This window provides a preview of the report that will be printed. At the top left displays a summary of the assigned ClearCheck template information. Below that you will find the plan information from Eclipse, including approval statuses, if any. If you would like to type notes to display on the cover page, this area allows you to do so prior to printing. The report may then be previewed before saving to PDF. The information displayed will correspond to the data that's configured in the user-selected report template. You may make custom edits to the reports, such as turning structures off and on the DVH, adjusting the page orientations at the top of each heading, changing the isodose lines on the CT slices, inserting screenshots, and even merging in PDFs. Once the report is configured properly, selecting the Save as PDF button in the upper right will print the report to your specified location. The report will then populate as a PDF for you to review for accuracy prior to import into your Record and Verify system. This concludes an overview of ClearCheck, providing efficiency through simplicity.